Welcome to Werks. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please like, subscribe, and comment. Today's video is a quick one that I shot of me using the Cut 50 plasma torch. This was the first time using the plasma in quite a while, and I was just trying different settings on the torch and just trying to get a feel for its use when cutting wire mesh. Cutting wire mesh is a little different than cutting steel. The wire mesh has openings in it, and the torch starts on a wire and then it stops when it hits the opening in the mesh. Until I get the speed and feed correct, you will hear it sputter. I also had issues with the wire mesh flopping around, which caused the mesh to stick to the electrode. I should have stabilized it before cutting. You will see where I did stabilize it by hand and got the speed and feed correct. Once that happened, it cut really well. The last time I used both the plasma cutter and the air compressor on the same circuit, it would trip the breaker, but this time there was no issues. The plasma is a Morphine 50 amp non-touch pilot arc plasma cutter. I also purchased consumables with the plasma and expect to go through a lot learning how to use the plasma. I'm not very good with a plasma cutter or a welder, and it shows. Using the plasma cutter requires learned skills that can only be gained through using the cutter. Similar to learning how to weld, you get better from using and doing some welds. I got better as I went, but I still have a way to go with the plasma cutter. I did have some issues using the plasma torch, mostly operator issues. One issue I had was trying to cut, and the torch was sputtering and starting and stopping. You could actually hear and see the issue. I should have stopped and investigated the issue, but the devil loves a coward, so I pushed on even though I knew something wasn't right. I used a Sharpie to lay everything out so I could see what and where I was supposed to be cutting. Do you have any suggestions for a project using the plasma cutter, or maybe a tip improving my skills from the plasma cutter? If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me via comment section or email. Hopefully this video will help you to improve your skills, or just from making the mistakes I made. Be sure to use the proper safety equipment. I used my regular light darkening glasses, and it worked, but not the best practice. After the first cut, I did put on goggles to shield my eyes from the arc, and that worked way better and allowed me to see the arc without getting flashed. Remember, safety first, safety last, and safety always. You may wonder why I didn't use a straight edge to cut the wire mesh. Well, there wasn't any straight lines. All lines had a gentle curve to them. The cuts mostly cut through all the wire mesh, but a few spots didn't, and I had to go back and cut those few strands of wire. The screen is for an air intake on my friend's boat, and the wire mesh is stainless 304. A good side effect to cutting the wire mesh with the plasma was it welded the wire together and avoided the unraveling of the wire mesh. I did try to cut with a very good pair of tin snips. It cut really good, but caused the mesh to unravel. Just remember this quote from Albert Einstein: if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. The last shot shows where I tried stabilizing the mesh and using the faster speed, which worked well. Thank you for watching Werks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and comment. Thanks again.